Fatherhood is a call to responsibility. Being a father means you must give something to support the child. And in this case, your child is not only your biological children. All those under who are living in your house, they are your children. You have to treat them equally. Ephesians chapter 6 verse 4. I read, and ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in the training and admonition of the Lord. Don't provoke your children. I would like to, before progressing, say more on father. The FDS stands for what? Friend. A father, a responsible father should be a friend to the members of the family. As a father, you are not a military commander that when you are coming home, your children will start hiding under the bed. You have to create relationship between you and them, a rapport between you and them, so that anytime you are not around, they will feel it. They will feel it emotionally. If there is no such relationship, then there will be failure in fatherhood. And we don't pray for that. Recently, a former governor of Oyo State died. And his daughter, Kemi, a popular social media woman, a pharmacist, Dr. Kemi. When some people were consoling her, they said no, that was her day of joy because her father did not care about her. Despite his status, he had the money, he had everything, but he didn't care about her. That all she had, she got it by her own strength. So because of that, she didn't have the feeling that her father died. She was in America. She refused to come home. The same thing is happening in different families where fathers fail to be friends with their children. The other letter there is A. A stands for value addition. Value addition. How have you been adding to the progress of the family? What have you been doing when they told you soup has finished, food has finished? What do? Do you tell the mother to go and look for food elsewhere while you continue drinking beer? I like the way Prof said it. He said there are some people that used to do that. I know there are some people in my state, especially those Makurdi as the Steve people. They are very good in that. Even in Idoma part, there are some people, they just marry a wife and keep. They care less about what is going on in the house. But they can use that money and go and take beer and enjoy themselves. So if you are doing that, you are not doing what what you're supposed to do. May the Lord direct us. Another one is T. T stands for training. Be a teacher. As a father, be a teacher. God gave them to you so that you supervise them and direct them. There is a saying in my language that River says it doesn't have anybody to control it. That is why it's always moving zigzags. I don't want to say it in my language so that it will not cause confusion. So those who understand know what I'm saying. If you are not controlling, you don't have any impact, you are not training, then there is a problem. Even the Bible says we should train a child so that when they grow up, they will follow the path of the Lord. So training is important. Be a teacher. Teach them what they don't know. And because you cannot teach what you don't know, you also look for knowledge. As a father, seek for new knowledge. Seek for new opportunities. Don't be redundant. Because Education is meant to be for life, as long as you are alive. There's no time that you are too old to acquire more knowledge. When you fail to add more knowledge, you have agreed to start dying both intellectually and physically. So you have to seek for more knowledge so that you'll be able to teach them on the right path, because it's your work. H means you must be a husband, a good husband to your wife. Because if you are not a good husband to your wife, you can't be a good father to your children. The wife would borrow everything. You know women now. You know them. They are in charge at home. No matter how smart you think you are, children love them more than you. There's nothing you can do. That is how it is. Even you are guilty of that too. You like your mother too. So it's the same thing. So if you don't take good care of her, then you are creating opposition in your own family. They will revolt against you. So you have to be a good husband to her. Take good care of her, because she's your responsibility. Just look at it. She left her father's house. She came to your house, bearing your name, producing your next generation. You see, she have already sacrificed. So you too have to sacrifice. It takes two to tango. So you have to make her happy. Then E, endurance and empathy. E has two dual purpose. Endurance, one, and empathy. You see, there is a proverb in Yoruba that says that a father that can endure is the one that bear many children. Those who understand Yoruba know what I'm saying. A father that can endure and keep his wife is the one that bear many children. The one that cannot endure, the one that doesn't have empathy, will likely be marrying women or changing women like clothes. So, for you to be a good father, a responsible father, you must be ready to endure and also have empathy. Before you take any action, you have to look at the consequences that will come with the action before taking such action. I have a neighbor who is doing, for the last 4 years, he has married 6 wives and he has divorced all of them. He's a Navy, he's a Air Force captain, sisters. But he doesn't have peace in his house. He's always married. To the extent that his friends, he used to invite his friends to marry. They said they will not go again. Which kind of foolishness is that? One lasted just 2 months. She was pregnant. Because I used to discuss with him, what I observed with him is that he thinks he can bring a military mentality into marriage. So once he talked to the wife and the wife have small argument with him, I said, Nasa Keki, go. I don't want you to. From there, you now go and look for another wife and marry. If you are doing that, you are causing problem for yourself, because I also am aware of my auntie in Kaduna in those days. Her husband also followed that path, and he didn't end up well. The man was working in NNPC in Kaduna. He was very rich, but his attitude is that he changed women like clothes. So he continued changing. One fateful day, he went to a village for Christmas. That was 2006. And those ones he changed before the first set of the woman he disposed. Their children are big in the village. They became tout. And they met him in his house. They knew how that he thought he built in the village. They started arguing with him. One just took cutlass and beheaded him. That was his end. The two of them now are in prison, but he has died. So you can see the consequences. So you have to endure. And another important thing there is that you have to reject anything wrong that any member of the family is doing without fear or favor. No matter how you love a child, if the child is doing wrong thing, it's better you reject it and caution the person that time than to keep it, this is the child that I want now. If I talk to him now, he will be angry. Let me just do diplomacy. There's no diplomacy. If you are doing that, you are only, like one guy used to say, you are pushing your sufferness for front. you are only increasing your burden. You see? So tell them, be factual. Tell them this thing you are doing is not good. And if you continue doing it, I'll do this. This is not acceptable. You have to be frank. You have to reject any wrong thing. Just as you also accept or commend them for anything good that they do. Now, there is a message also to the children. Honoring parents have a lot of benefits. In Ephesians 6, 1-3, I read, children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor thy father and mother, which is the first commandment with promise, that it may be well with thee, and thou mayest live long on the earth. So, if as children, you have to be conscious that your father and your mother are the ones that brought you to this world. In short, you share their gene according to biology. You don't have any extra gene that you carry from anywhere. It's there are two genes that they contributed for you to be alive. So they deserve your respect and honor. Fatherhood plays vital role in shaping individual, families, society. The kind of situation we are facing in this country are mainly traceable to failure of fatherhood in many homes, where fathers fail to act or do what is expected of them. Then that is why we are having a lot of criminals and desperados killing and maiming people, armed bandits all over, because their parent failed. Armed robbers, their parent failed. And one thing about children are like some of us that used to go to farm. If you have okra, and the okra has produced some seeds, some fruit, and you want to remove it when it's still green, it will be easier for you to, no matter how tall that okra is, to bend it and collect what you want to collect and leave it. But when the okra becomes dry up, you attempt to do that, it will break. That is how it is with human beings. At the time that you're supposed to take care of those children, and you fail, and you look at the other way, maybe because of your bias or love towards one of them or whatever, then when they now grow and you discover the mistake you want to correct, that time it will be brutal. Some of them can even kill you. Because that time they believe that what you allow them to do is the best. So you are trying to cause confusion for them. They can attack you. And life is in phases. When children are small, before 18, for example, when they are in your home, that is when you have power to instill discipline in them. When they now grow, some of them have graduated from university. That time, whatever advice you are giving is secondary. They may accept it, they may reject it. And there's nothing you can do. Because that time they are not under your roof again. So this is the right time for us to do the right thing. I pray God will lead and direct us accordingly. Importance of fatherhood in society. Fatherhood is important both in the society and in the church. But let me first start with the society. In the society, Fatherhood is very important. One of it is role modeling. Father can mold the character of a child to achieve certain character and traits. For example, anybody that grew up in Yoruba, you see that they have that character of respect. In short, they think I've entered my blood today, saying that those younger than me, when I go to village, I'll say, sa, sa, sa. They say, what is the meaning of this? Because in our place, they don't respect some people like that. So when I say, sa, sa, sa. If you say, sir, in my place, as if you are begging something from somebody, that is what they will think. When you are looking for favor from the person. But in the Southwest, it has become a character that everybody respects, both the young and the old. Everybody respects each other. That mutual respect can only be built when the child is still small, when the child can still learn those traits. When the child has grown to a certain level, and you want the child to be doing that, it will be a problem. The child will not be able to do it because the child has not grown under that environment. So you can model a character and behavior of a child the way you want it to be if you start training them when they were young. Another importance of fatherhood in the society is emotional support. Emotional support. As a father, you should not be pessimistic. For example, there are some fathers, when your child comes to you, say, my school fees is 100,000. And the father maybe, by that time, the father just have 50,000. Some father will say, if your school fees is 100,000 and I have 50,000, I don't have money, just withdraw from school. Let's sit down. Even the school that others have gone, what have they achieved? There are some fathers that are like that. They would rather use that money, go and take beer, or do some things that are not even important to the home. So, but if you are a father that has that emotional courage to encourage the child, you can tell the child, okay, be going, I can pay part. At least even if I can't pay 100,000, if it's I can pay maybe 25% this month, next month I will pay the rest. You know, the child will now have the courage to continue studying. But it's not everybody that has that grace. Some people, small thing, they will be discouraged. Some people can be even discouraged because of sickness of their child. When the child is sick, they have taken him to hospital previously, and he's sick again. They say, which kind of wahala is this now? Do I came to this world to die for you people? Some people, but if you have that emotional strength, ability to think and solve, because as a father, you are a problem solver. You have to first look at yourself as a problem solver. You came there to solve problems. You are not there to be a title holder. No. You are there to solve problems. And the problem have come. So you have to think. You have to be analytic. You have to work your brain to look, how can I solve this problem? And I believe God will not give you the problem you cannot solve. So you have to provide emotional support to the members of your family, both the biological ones and the non-biological ones. If they are in your house or you are the father over there, then you have to be a problem solver. You don't need to be discriminatory. Some people used to discriminate. Some people in their house, they will just look at it, this one is not my child now. When they want to do something, they will favor this, favor that. But you know, God is impartial. Some children that you think are nobody today can become something tomorrow. And they will remember what you did to them. They will remember what you did to them. So you have to be impartial. You have to make sure that you can do the best you can do. But in doing that, don't also kill yourself. Put yourself in consideration too. Because if you die, life still goes on. You have to be checking your health status. You also have to think about yourself. Your personal development too is key. Because presence of water also help fish to be alive. So you are the water, they are the fish. So if you exhaust yourself, you exhaust the water, and the fishes are there, what happens to most of them is that they will die. So you have to stabilize the situation and make sure that everything go on well. Family stability, that is another importance of fatherhood in a society. Family stability. Wherever there is father, that family is very stable. If the father is responsive, the family is always very stable. Everything going on normal. But when the father is not there, this one will take north, another one will take south, another will take east, another will take west. There is no coordination. Because the father, by virtue of his position, is a coordinator. He arranges things. He works things out. So family stability is also one of the importance of fatherhood in the society. Now, let's progress. What then is the importance of fatherhood in the church where we are now? Spiritual leadership. That is number one. Spiritual leadership. Father is expected to be a leader. I mean, a spiritual leader. He's the one that's supposed to tell the children, hey, stand up, let's go to church, or let's have morning devotion, or do this and do that, or even send his children. If he doesn't have that knowledge, he can send his children to where he thinks they can acquire the knowledge for their spiritual growth. So, father should always try to model his children to have Christ-like character, to believe in integrity, and avoid anything shabby, avoid anything ungodly. So father can do that very well because mothers, maybe because of their emotional attachment that they have with the children, some of them, even if they want to do, they will be thinking, this boy, this girl, when I was giving birth to her, I nearly died. Let me just not talk too much, this and that. But father doesn't have that feeling. So father is in the right position to discipline a child and do the right thing. And that is why God made it that way. So where the woman cannot do, man should wake up and take her. I mean, disciples, you can discipline them. You can also take them to the Lord in personal relationship. For them to have a strong bond with God. To the extent that you are not the one that will tell them, this is the time for church or this is the time for this. They will be the one because they have agreed with you and it has become part of their life. They will even be the one to start it before you think of doing it. So another one is community impact. You see, as we are now, we are in a spiritual community. If the father have brought up his children very well, let me just use Daddy Great as an example. You can see how his children are contributing to church activities. Why is it like that? Even pastors' children, you can see how they are contributing. It's from the training they got from their parents. And if they can do that here, there is every possibility for them to do that in the wider society tomorrow. So you as a father has to be part of this success story. You have to work towards it because you can only get it if you do it. In Newton's law of motion, there is a saying that if a force is not applied to an object, it will not move, it will remain there. So that is it. If you want to get it, do it. That is how you get it. Biblical mandate for responsible fatherhood. Biblical mandate for responsible fatherhood. The first one is Ephesians 6:4, which we have read already, that you should not provoke your children, but bring them up in the training and admonition of God. You should not provoke them. You should not say things that will make them angry or make them think otherwise about you. You should not be insulting them, maybe because of their physical appearance or physical height or natural, something that is natural about them. You should not use that as a point of insult to them. Some of them may be dwarf. Don't use that one and be insulting them, because it's not their fault. It's God that created it that way. So you can talk to them against their behavior, which is what they have done, which is not good. But don't insult them on something that you know they are not the cause. Maybe you are even the cause because you donated according to biology. But don't use that one to be insulting them. It's very, very wrong. Don't insult them on what they are not the cause or what their mother did. Don't insult them on that. Or don't use transfer aggression on them. Let everybody carry his load. Whatever anybody do is what you talk to the person. Then you talk to the next person what he or she did wrong. But don't use transfer aggression on any of them. Biblical mandate for responsible fatherhood. Number 2. We can see that in Psalms 127, verses 3 to 5. Psalm 127, verse 3 to 5. Lo, children are heritage of the Lord, and the fruit of the womb is his reward. As arrows are in the hands of a mighty man, so are children of the youth. Happy is the man that had his quiver full of them. They shall not be ashamed, but they shall speak with enemies in the gate. So what is this telling us? This is an eye-opener to us that those children, they are gifts given to us by God. They are not there because of our previous activities that we did. No. They are there because God has destined them to be ours. Do you know millions of spermatozoas that came and only one survived? So is it by your, do you think that it's by your action that one became a child? No. It's God's direction. So you should take them as a heritage of God. And if they are heritage of God, and you too, you are heritage of God, then you should know that it is your duty to do exactly what God wants you to do about their life, not what you want as a person. You are there as a messenger. You are there, God appointed you to look over them. There are many people praying for the opportunity to nurture and nourish children. They have the ability, financial where they are, economic where they are, but they don't have those children. But God gave them to you, and you are treating them lackadaisically. May God grant us understanding in Jesus' name. So these children, they need to be taken care of very well. Physically, mentally, health-wise, educationally, because there are only 2 things you can give to a child. Some people, if you give a house to a child that is not educated, you carry a house and give to the child will grow up and sell the house. So that means the child have come back to square zero. After selling the house again, the child will not have any means of subsistence. The person will not be able to live again. The person may run into criminal activities to sustain his life. Because human being cannot endure hunger for long. So when the hunger becomes intense, they start looking for a way to survive. And those ways, because you have not given them the educational support that you're supposed to give them, they now go and start doing nefarious activities. Some of them become criminals. Your life is even at danger because you'll be the first target. They will say you are the one that caused it. So, but if you give them education, you can live them. With just education, good moral upbringing, and the word of God, you can live them. They can go. They can plan for their life. They don't need your houses. They don't need your cars. What they need from you is training. Once you train them, leave them, they may do better than you. Whatever you think you have today, some of them will achieve it in the first 2 years of graduating from university. There are some children that are like that. Immediately they graduate, they get high-paying job. Before you know, whatever you think you have achieved for 30 years, they will just do it sharp. So all you need to give them is good training. You give them good training. Then another part of the biblical mandate for responsible fatherhood, we can also take this from Proverbs 22 verse 6. Proverbs 22 verse 6, which is a very popular verse as far as fatherhood is concerned. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. That training keeps coming up again, which means you have to take training very serious. Training of a child, you have to take it very, very serious. So that when they grow up, they will become a blessing to you and the society, and not a curse. They will become a blessing to you and the society, and not a curse. In my village, there is a family who were told the story because I was not born then. The man had 2 boys. The first one, his name is Francis. The second one, his name is Achumi. So the man, according to story, he doesn't like the first one. He's his child, or even look like him more than the other boys. He don't like it. He liked the second one. Because he believed that second one is the one that likes farming. So he's the one that used to follow him to farm. The other one is Ole, is a lazy person, so he doesn't like him. He now said the lazy person should go to school. Let this one that is strong follow him to farm. When you follow him to farm, he will give him yam, he will kill rabbit, he will give him. The guy enjoyed. The one that went to school trek almost 10 kilometers to go to school and come back. No, nothing. He thought he was doing wicked to him. Now, the one that went to school, he graduated, he finished his secondary school, Wesley College, I think 1971 or 2. Immediately he finished, he joined NDA as a cadet, Navy. So the other one was at home. And the man started growing in his military work as a Navy officer. When the man was having 4-star, the father died. Before then, he had transformed the compound. He had built a lot of buildings inside the house. In short, the man confessed that he regretted not sending this Achumi to school. But that time, Achumi was only at home waiting for the big brother to bring. So, This big brother grew up to the extent that in the whole Nigeria, he was number 2. He was director of military, in the defense headquarters. He was director of operation of Nigerian Navy. He became, if you go to our village now, his house is no house is near to his own. And up till now, their family is using the influence of his brother, that Achumi, though he's not educated, but they still giving local party chairman because of the name that his brother has created. So you can see how training a child can be. Okay, assuming that time, that first one is the one that he loved. He doesn't love the second one. What do you think will be the... You see? So we have to be strict with all children. We have to be strict with all of them. Don't show preferential treatment. Because if you are doing that, you think you are wicked, but you are only helping the other person. The other person, knowing fully well that he doesn't have anything to collect from you, you start to be independent and look for a way of survival. The one that is comfortable will not like to shift from that comfort zone. We will continue to stick to that small honey. You understand? So the other one already know there is nothing there. So that one will not disturb himself. You look for a way to survive. So you have to make sure that all of them are well treated. Role of a father. According to Ephesians 6:4, I just want to highlight some important key points there. 1, fathers are called to bring up children in the training and instruction of God. They are called to bring up children in the training and the instruction of God. Spiritual leadership and guidance are essential for children's development. If you don't guide them, then you are allowing them to do what they want. And the end result of that is not good. If you allow them to do whatever they want, then you see what you don't want to see. That is just it. So if you don't want to see that thing, then you have to be active from now before it becomes late. Fathers must model Christ-like character and behavior. Behavior of humility. Behavior of gentility. Behavior of honesty. Not that you say one thing and you are doing another thing. Because if you are doing that in your presence of your children, you are teaching them. Children learn faster by looking at you. You don't need to say anything. They look at you. You are a mirror. They say, this is what daddy used to do now. So they will go and be doing it. You don't need to talk. They study you, and God has put them in a privileged position that strangers cannot have access to that place, but they are there with you. So whatever you do, they see, and they copy. Whether it is good or bad, they do it. So if you don't want that to happen, you yourself, you have to change your character to be doing what you want them to do. So that when you are old, you have peace of mind. Characteristic of a responsible father. How do we determine which father is responsible? What character did they exhibit? One of the characters is love and compassion. Love and compassion. John chapter 1 verse 4 to 8. I read, whoever does not love does not know God, because God is love. If you don't have love, it means you don't know God. If you don't have empathy, something happened to another person, and you think that it just happened to a bush, nothing concerns you. At least it didn't affect you directly. So some people will even be laughing. That is lack of love. That is lack of empathy. As you are doing that, the children too are observing you. And you are training them that if that thing happened to you, they should be doing that. That is what it means. If you don't have love and empathy for others, you don't put yourself in the shoe of others before taking decision. And your decision is always taken as a result of your personal, selfish, inordinate ambition. Then there is a problem. In short, this life is very easy. There is one formula for life. What you don't want another person to do to you, don't do to the person. Simple. Then there will be peace. But once you now start doing it to another person, thinking that those people, there's nothing they can do, then there's a problem. So you have to have love. And if you have love for somebody, can you harm the person? No. Can you think bad about that person? No. So love is the key. You have to love that person. You have to have empathy. Even among your family members, you have to have love and concern for each and every one of them. What somebody goes through, the way you react, should be the same with the way you react when when child B has the same issue. Then those children, they themselves, they'll now look and say, Father is treating us equally. But when one steal meat from soup, and the mother is shouting, and you say, hey, come. Junior, come, let me lap you. Is the meat not for eating? Why are you talking to him like this? Don't talk to my child like this. So come, let me lap you. And the other one take the meat, and immediately you are aware, you just went and take a stick and be pursuing the person. That means you have shown by your action that you have a preferential treatment. And by doing that, you may win now, but at the long run, it will backfire. So you have to treat them equally with love. You correct them with love. And that does not mean that when they do bad things, you should be looking at them. Because if you are looking at them again, you are also causing another chaotic situation in the future. Because they will think that that thing is okay. And if they continue doing it, and they leave the confines of your home and do it elsewhere, those people don't have that emotional attachment that you have for them. They will kill the person, the child. So they can harm them. So you have to train them from home. You have to do whatever you can do as a father to control their character and mold them into useful individuals in the future, that they will be beneficial not only to you as a family, but to the church and the society at large. Now, is discipline and guidance. Discipline and guidance. As a father, you are first a discipline master. You have to discipline those children. Give them path line. You have to show them this is what you should do. These are the do's and these are the don'ts. And anybody that contravenes those rules must feel the pain of that contravention. Though the pain should not be too much to the extent that it may harm them, but they should feel the pain. Because there is no gain without pain. You have to show them that, so that next time they will not continue with that again. I think my time is, how long do I have, sir? Why not? Okay. So, discipline. We can get this from Proverbs 22, verse 6. I think we have read that before. Train up a child in a way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. So that is under discipline. Then, spiritual leadership. Spiritual leadership. We can. Okay. Joshua chapter 24, verse 15. But as for me and my household, we will serve the Lord. So you have to direct them to serve the Lord. In short, what I prepared, I just finished 70% of it. There are a lot of things, but let me just summarize everything. Accountability and integrity. You must make sure that your children have that integrity. They will not be involved in something that is wrong or crooked. This can be found in Proverbs 10, verse 9. The one who lives in integrity lives securely, but whoever takes crooked path will be found out. Challenges and opportunities, challenges of fatherhood, how to balance being a father with being a career person or a business person, and also being a responsible member of the church or a family. So you have to create a timeline for them so that they will not contradict each other. So I have a lot of references here. Call to action. Let me first encourage our fathers are to take their God-given opportunity seriously and seek God's guidance and strive to be responsible father. For the sake of time, I have some Bible verses that you may read later. Psalms 127, 3-5, Proverbs 17, 6, and Colossians 21. Thank you, and God bless you.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Pastor Aboji, thanks, sir. Just firing to the glory of God. But hope we gained something and we jotted something. Good. I pray that we shall